Francesco Totti, the man who became Rome, and the boy born in a city of legends. Rome is not just a city. It's a character. It's memory. It's pride, passed down from generation to generation. A city where stone remembers more than people. A city that doesn't create stars, it tests them. And if you survive Rome, you can survive anything. On the 27th of September, 1976, in the very heart of Rome, in the district of Porta Metronia, a boy is born. His name is Francesco Totti. No one knows it yet, but he won't become just a soccer player. He will become part of the city's identity. He won't just play for Rome. He will embody Rome. Its character, its pain, its pride, its loyalty. His family was ordinary. No connections, no money, no football privileges. No one paved the road for him. No one negotiated his future. All he had was a ball and the desire to be better. His father, Lorenzo, was strict but fair. A man who taught his son discipline and respect. His mother, Fiorella, believed in him more than anyone else ever could. She turned down the biggest clubs who tried to take young Francesco away. She saw what others didn't. She understood one thing clearly. This boy did not belong to money. He belonged to the city. His football didn't begin on perfect grass. It began on asphalt, in broken courtyards, between apartment buildings, surrounded by shouting, fights, scraped knees, and real life. There were no referees, no mercy. Only those who weren't afraid survived. That's where he learned the most important lesson. Never back down. He learned how to take a hit, how to answer with actions, not words, how to take responsibility even when it hurts. When Totti entered the AS Roma Academy, it felt inevitable, as if destiny itself had made the choice. A Roman boy, a Roman club, a Roman soul. It wasn't a transfer, it was coming home. Woe is no woe. First steps, pressure, and growing up. 1993. He is just 16, an age when most boys are still dreaming. And he's already standing in front of thousands of eyes that do not forgive mistakes. Carlo Mazzone sends him onto the field. A bold decision, a risky one. His body is still a child's, but his eyes are already grown. There is no fear in that look, only challenge, only certainty that he belongs here. Francesco doesn't play cautiously. He plays bravely. He doesn't hide behind teammates. He asks for the ball, again and again, as if he knows this is his stage. As if he knows if he doesn't take responsibility now, he'll lose his future. These are the years when he learns to live under pressure. Rome is a city that does not forgive weakness. Here, no one waits. No one explains. It's either you or you're gone. Every mistake is met with whistles. Every miss feels like pain. The pressure of the crowd. The pressure of the headlines. The pressure of expectation. And under this pressure, character is forged. This is where a leader is born. Not the one who shouts, but the one who takes the ball when it's hardest. He changes positions, styles, roles. He plays wherever the team needs him. He sacrifices statistics for the game itself, but he never changes who he is. He remains a Roman boy, straightforward, honest, without pretense. At 22, he is given the captain's armband. In a city that breaks grown men, the captain becomes a kid who was playing on asphalt just yesterday. And he doesn't just wear the armband, he carries an entire city. Its hopes, its anger, its love. The golden year, and the choice that made him eternal. The 2000-2001 season. Rome had waited nearly 2 decades for this moment. A season where every match felt like war. Every goal felt like hope. Every win was a step toward a dream. The 2000-2001 season. As Roma are champions of Italy. The city explodes. The streets overflow with people. The sky above Rome turns red and gold. This is not just a Scudetto. It's an emotional eruption. It's the climax of a dream. A dream Rome carried for years. A dream passed from parents to children. A dream that once felt unreachable. For many players, this would have been the ending. The final chapter. The moment to move on. But for Francesco Totti, this was not the end. It was a test. After this moment, he could have gone anywhere. Europe's biggest clubs wanted him. They promised titles. They promised fame. They promised life-changing money. Contracts others could only dream of. Contracts that guaranteed comfort. Contracts that guaranteed Ballon d'Ors. Contracts that guaranteed history. Just in another city. But he stayed. No speeches. No drama. No spectacle. He simply stayed. He chose not fame, but loyalty. Loyalty to the city that raised him. To the stands that booed and applauded. To the badge he wore as a child. 25 years. One club. One captain. Not a season. Not a contract. Not a business deal. An entire life in the same colors. In a world where football became a business, where players are treated like assets, where decisions are measured in numbers, he remained the last romantic. A romantic who knew true greatness isn't in the number of trophies. True greatness is loyalty to a choice, even when it costs you everything. That choice is what made him eternal. 1. Injuries, pain, and greatness beyond trophies. Francesco Totti's career is not only triumphs, not only applause, not only lifted trophies and celebrations in packed squares. It is pain. Pain you don't see in highlight reels. Pain you face alone at night. Pain when your body stops obeying the way it once did. It is surgeries, cold hospital corridors, bright lights above the operating table, the silence of doctors louder than words. It is doubt. Doubt that comes when everything goes quiet, when the stands are far away, when you're alone and ask yourself, what if this is the end? For many players, this is where it ends. But not for him. Years pass. The workload increases. The body demands payment for every season. Every match is a risk. Every tackle a threat. Every wrong step one move closer to a pause that could be final. And he goes through it all silently. No excuses. No complaints. Because he knows. A captain has no right to be weak. 8. 2006. The edge of the end. In 2006, it feels like everything is over. A brutal injury. A rupture. Pain that pierces not only the leg, but the future. The questions aren't asked out loud, but everyone hears them. Will he come back in time? Will he be the same? Will he even be able to play? The World Cup is only months away. There is almost no time. The body is on the edge. Doctors are cautious. Journalists doubt. The world prepares to say goodbye to a legend before the story is finished. But he comes back. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Step by step. Through pain. Through fear. Through doubt swallowed every day. He steps onto the field not because he's fully ready, but because he has no other choice. And he wins the FIFA World Cup. Not as the poster boy, not as the tournament's brightest star, but as a man who walked his path to the end. A world champion, with a leg that still remembers pain, with a body no longer perfect, but with a spirit that cannot be broken. 8. He was not perfect. He made mistakes, lost form, lost matches. He wasn't always the fastest, not always the most productive, not always the easiest fit for a system. But he was real. Real in every decision. Real in every gesture. Real in his loyalty. He never played a role. Never pretended. Never ran away. And that is what made him great. Not statistics. Not trophy counts. Not comparisons. But the ability to remain yourself when it hurts, when it's hard, when quitting would be easier. Totti's greatness is the greatness of a man who endured, who didn't chase easy paths, who didn't trade clubs for comfort, who didn't trade character for convenience. A greatness measured not by medals, but by how you stand when you fall. 8. The farewell that made the world cry. The 28th of May 2017. A day Rome didn't want to accept. A day you couldn't hide from. A day everyone postponed in their minds. But that still arrived. The 28th of May 2017. The Stadio Olimpico stands still. No noise. No explosion. No singing. Only silence. The kind of silence a city holds when it knows this is goodbye forever. Thousands in the stands. Millions watching around the world. And the feeling that time itself has stopped. Because this is not just a match. Not just a substitution. This is the end of a story written for over 20 years. 8. Francesco Totti walks out for the last time. The same tunnel. The same field. The same colors. But everything feels different. His steps are heavier. His gaze deeper. And the realization impossible to escape. He knows this is the last time the grass beneath his feet is not a memory. The last time the stadium is not a reflection. The last time he is a footballer. His eyes fill with tears. Not tears of pain. Not tears of joy. Tears of saying goodbye to himself. To the boy from the asphalt streets. To the captain. To a dream that became a life. He tries to stay strong. He always has. But this time, it's harder than ever. 8. He reads the letter and his voice breaks. Words stumble. Pauses grow longer. Every sentence is a fight. This is not a football speech. This is not a formal farewell. This is a confession of a man who gave everything. He thanks the city, the people, the team, his family. He speaks of fear, of emptiness, of not knowing who he will be tomorrow. And in that moment, everyone understands. This is not a legend standing on the field. This is a human being, without a role, without protection, without the ball. 8. The stands are crying. Men who never cry. Children who grew up with his name. Those who once booed. Those who always applauded. Because everyone in this city is losing something of their own. For some, it's childhood. For some, a father who took them to the stadium. For some, a first match. For some, hope. 8. This is the moment football falls silent. No ads. No stats. No comparisons. Football is silent. Because it understands. This is not just a player leaving. This is the last symbol of an era. When a club was a home, not a contract. A man is leaving. Who could have won more, but chose differently. 8. When Totti leaves the field, Rome does not say goodbye. Rome simply stands still, watching, because stories like this do not end with a final whistle. They remain in the stone of the city, in the memory of the stands, in the hearts of the people. Francesco Totti left football, but he will never leave Rome. Because some people do not play for a city. They are the city. 8. The end of an era. When Francesco Totti left, football became a little colder, a little quieter, a little emptier, because what left the field was not a man. It was belief. Belief that you can be great and still be loyal. Belief that heart matters more than contracts. That choices matter more than trophies. That loving one club is not weakness. It is strength. He never chased legendary status. He never chased recognition. He never counted how much more he could win. He simply never betrayed. Not the city, not the colors, not himself. And that is why he became a legend. Because a legend is not the one who won everything. A legend is the one who stayed. Because Rome is not a city. Rome is a choice. Rome is loyalty. Rome is heart. Rome is Francesco Totti.